Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely mind-blowing. We are going to trace the miraculous 30-day biological timeline of exactly what happens inside your body when you stop drinking alcohol. Based on some truly fascinating scientific research, we're going to map out this incredible journey of healing your most overworked organ. It's like a giant biological puzzle, and it is absolutely fascinating.
To start our journey, we've got to ask a rather startling question. Does your liver actually feel pain? Well, the most terrifying fact about your liver is that it's completely silent. It literally lacks any pain receptors. So unlike your heart, which gives you very clear warning signs during a crisis, your liver just suffers in absolute silence. That means half of its tissue can be functionally destroyed before it ever utters a single complaint. It just quietly takes the damage. Crazy, right?
To understand this silence, you have to look at what's happening inside you right now. Your liver is operating as the most advanced chemical factory known to mankind, executing over 500 different biochemical processes per second. Every single second, it's synthesizing proteins, balancing hormones, storing energy. But the exact moment ethanol touches your lips, it drops everything. It doesn't see a relaxing evening. It instantly perceives an immediate deadly toxin and scrambles to fight it off.
When that toxin enters, a specific enzyme immediately gets to work converting the alcohol into something called acetaldehyde. Now, the World Health Organization classifies acetaldehyde as a Group 1 carcinogen. That puts it right on par with the dangers of asbestos. Why? Because it directly attacks your DNA, actually rewriting the genetic code inside your liver cells. It's some incredibly serious stuff.
So what does this actually mean for your metabolism? Well, it completely derails it. A landmark 2018 Lancet study crushed the whole myth of safe, moderate drinking once and for all. They showed that just one single drink causes your liver's fat-burning capability to plummet by 73%. 73%. The organ totally abandons its normal duties. Think of it like a highly trained rescue squad being forced to abandon a life-saving mission just to go mop up a leaky pipe.
Okay, so what happens when you finally stop? Let's look at the timeline. 24 hours, 48 hours, and 72 hours. As soon as the last drink leaves your system, the clock starts. An emergency detox is triggered. By the 48-hour mark, specialized immune guardians, called Kupffer cells, finally begin reducing that internal inflammation. And as you cross 72 hours, the swelling slowly starts to go down as the chemical ghosts of acetaldehyde are completely cleared out.
But this localized damage quickly builds into a broader crisis known as the gut-liver axis. Let's talk about leaky gut syndrome. Alcohol acts like an industrial solvent that literally erodes your gut's mucosal layer. It forces open the cellular safety filters in your intestines, causing these microscopic gaps. Bacteria and toxins slip right through those gaps and flood straight into the bloodstream, heading directly for the liver.
But here is where it gets incredibly encouraging. A study out of Rush University Medical Center shows that gut barriers actually begin resealing within just 20 to 48 hours of quitting. That cuts the flood of bacteria and toxins heading to the liver in half almost overnight. And because your liver isn't fighting a two-front war anymore, you know that persistent brain fog and lingering puffiness you might have had? It finally starts to lift.
Moving right along into day 4, day 5, and week 1. By day 3 and 4, your blood sugar and energy levels stabilize as the liver brilliantly regains control of glycogen, meaning you won't wake up with those intense sugar cravings. That sets the stage for week 1. But, and here's the catch, paradoxically, this is exactly where you might feel absolutely terrible. We're talking anxious, irritable, and just totally on edge.
Why the psychological crash? It comes down to GABA, which acts as the brain's natural brakes, versus glutamate, which is the gas pedal. Alcohol artificially cranks up GABA and completely suppresses glutamate. So when you suddenly remove the alcohol, your brain is left in absolute overdrive without its usual brakes. This triggers severe anxiety, elevated heart rates, and what is essentially a hyperactive neural storm.
During this neural storm, you'll also likely hit something called REM rebound. This is your brain's aggressive attempt to recover lost dream sleep, often resulting in really vivid, cinematic, and sometimes terrifying nightmares. Alcohol notoriously blocks REM sleep, so your brain is desperately trying to recover all that emotional processing it missed out on. It's scary, sure, but remember, it's actually a crucial biological rewiring process. Your brain is catching up on years of missed maintenance.
You'll also face essential nutrient depletion, specifically vitamin B1, vitamin B12, folic acid, and zinc. That extreme fatigue you feel during the first week, it is not just in your head. Alcohol literally blocks your body from absorbing these.
But the great news is, once you stop drinking and start eating real whole foods again, your newly repaired gut will absorb these essential vitamins rapidly, just like a dry sponge.
All right, let's dive into day 8, day 10, and week 2. By this point, the exhaustion breaks, the worst of that psychological storm is finally over, and one of the most incredible cellular transformations ever recorded starts happening deep inside your liver cells.
15 to 20%. A pioneering study from University College London found that a 30-day detox drops accumulated liver fat by a staggering 15 to 20%. Think about that. In less than it takes to form a new habit, your liver dumps the fat that was literally suffocating its cells, allowing the organ to soften, reduce in size, and completely regain its healthy, vibrant blood flow.
And as that liver function comes back online, a massive hormonal reset happens. Let's look at excess estrogen versus restored testosterone. Alcohol stimulates an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen, often leading to excess belly fat and low energy. But by week 2, your newly efficient liver aggressively clears out that excess estrogen. Testosterone recovers, belly fat starts to reduce, and your natural energy absolutely skyrockets.
Moving into day 15, day 20, and week 3. The biological victories are highly visible now. Your blood pressure drops, your skin gets this amazing natural glow, and the whites of your eyes actually clear up because the liver is finally filtering a yellow pigment called bilirubin properly. Honestly, the whole world literally starts looking more vibrant.
And it is not just physical. Your mind changes too. Incredible research from the National Institute on Drug Abuse, specifically from Dr. Nora Volkow, shows that chronic alcohol use numbs your dopamine receptors, making everyday life feel completely gray. But by week 3, those receptors actively regenerate. This allows you to feel genuine, natural joy again. You get to feel real motivation from the simplest things, like just enjoying a morning coffee or listening to a great song.
Simultaneously, your body is tackling aging on a molecular level. We have to talk about telomeres. These are the protective caps at the end of your chromosomes, kind of like the plastic tips on your shoelaces, which prevent DNA damage. A 2022 Oxford Population Health study proved alcohol significantly accelerates the shortening of these telomeres, making your cells age rapidly. But quitting? It drastically slows down this biological aging process. You are literally protecting your genetic future.
And now, we reach week 4, day 29, and day 30. Day 30 is a monumental milestone. Your liver has fundamentally rebirthed itself, and now that the damage has stopped, your focus can shift from just recovery to supercharging this massive biological victory for the rest of your life.
So how do we keep this going? Science gives us a simple liver maintenance protocol. Drink black coffee. It contains cafestol and kawiol to actively protect liver cells. Eat cruciferous veggies like broccoli, which are packed with sulforaphane to physically flip on your liver's internal detox switches. And finally, add in fermented foods like kombucha or kefir to constantly reinforce that vital gut barrier we talked about.
Get this, 70%. The absolute most crucial point to remember here is the sheer power of biological forgiveness. The liver is the only organ in the human body that can regenerate itself back to full size, even if 70% of it is surgically removed. It is built for a second chance. But there is a limit. You must stop before you cross that absolute point of no return into permanently scarred cirrhosis. After that, regeneration becomes impossible.
That leaves us with one incredibly empowering thought. Your body isn't broken. It is filled with resilience, quietly waiting for you to stop attacking it. The perfect time to stop isn't tomorrow or next month, right? It's right now. Your liver has been silently protecting you for years, taking all the hits without a single complaint. So the big question we want to leave you with today is, will you give it the time it needs to heal before its silence turns into an irreversible scream?